If you asked most Elden Ring players who the first demigod to die was, they'll probably answer Godwyn the Golden. But the truth is, Godwyn never truly died. His story is one of the most important in all the Elden Ring because almost every major event in the game can be traced back to what happened to him on a single night known as the Night of the Black Knives. To understand why his death changed everything, we first need to know who Godwyn really was. Godwyn the Golden was the first-born son of Queen Marika and Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. Unlike many of his siblings, Godwyn wasn't remembered for cruelty or ambition. He was admired throughout the lands between as a noble warrior and a beloved prince. His title, the Golden, wasn't just because of his royal blood. It reflected how the people saw him, a symbol of the Golden Order at its very best. One of the Godwyn's greater achievements came during the war against the ancient dragons. Long before the event of the game, dragons and the Golden Order were enemies, but during the conflict, Godwyn defeated the mighty dragon Fortissax. Surprisingly, instead of killing one another, the two warriors developed a deep mutual respect. Their battle ended in peace rather than hatred, and Fortissax eventually became one of the Godwyn's closest companions. That single event changed history. Because of Godwyn, the ancient dragon cult was welcomed to the Lindell. Knights of the capital began learning dragon lightning incantation, something that would have been unthinkable before. Instead of endless war, Godwyn chose reconciliation. It showed the man, it showed the kind of man he was. But while Godwyn was loved by the people, forces were already moving against him. Among the demigods was Rani, daughter of Radagon and Renella. Rani refused to become a puppet of the greater will and desperately searched for a way to escape the destiny forced upon her. Her plan required something impossible. She needed a fragment of the Rune of Death. At that time, the Rune of Death, also known as Destined Death, was guarded by Meliketh, Queen Marika's loyal shadow. Somehow, a group of assassins known as the Black Knife Assassins managed to steal a fragment of that rune. Rani, the imbued Rani then imbued the blades with its power, and on a single fateful night, everything changed. The assassins hunted out Godwyn. When they found him, they struck him with the stolen power of destined death, but something unexpected happened. Rani had arranged for herself to die at the same exact moment. Instead of one complete death, the curse was split between them. Rani sacrificed her physical body while her soul survived. Godwyn suffered the opposite fate. His soul was destroyed, but his body continued to live. It was the first death of a demigod, but it wasn't a true death. Without a soul, Godwyn's body began mutating beneath the roots of the earth tree, which was once the golden prince slowly transformed into something horrifying. His face spread through the roots beneath the lands between, taking on a grotesque, fish like appearance that players still find beneath Stormwell Castle and in the deep root depths. From the corrupted body came something new, Deathroot. Deathroot became spreading throughout the lands between, corrupting the natural order of life and death. Creatures touched it became creatures touched by it become those who live in death. Undead beings that existed outside the Golden Order. This wasn't supposed to happen because Marika had removed the rune of death from the Elden Ring long time ago. Death itself no longer functionally is natural now. Godwyn's half death created a flaw in reality, allowing undeath to spread across the world. Even the mighty dragon Fortissax refused to abandon his old friend. Knowing Godwyn's soul was gone, Fortissax entered his companion's corrupted dream in a desperate attempt to fight the spreading death blight from within. He battled endlessly, hoping he could somehow save the prince he once respected, but it was hopeless. No matter how hard he fought, Godwyn could never return. His soul has already ceased to exist. Long after the night of the Black Knight, another person became obsessed with Godwyn. Fear, the death-bed companion. Unlike everyone else, Fear believed Godwyn deserved peace rather than rejection. She saw him not as a monster, but as a tragic victim whose broken existence had been misunderstood. Through her quest, she attempts to grant Godwyn a new form of life by creating the Mending Rune of the Death Prince, an ending that finally accepts those who live in death as part of the world's natural order. It's a bittersweet conclusion to a tragedy. It's a bittersweet conclusion to a tragedy that began years before the Tarnished ever arrived. In many ways, Godwyn is the most important character we never truly meet. He doesn't speak, he never fights us. We only see the twisted remains of the man he used to be. Yet his death is the spark that ignited almost everything in the Elden Ring. The Night of the Black Knife shattered Queen Marika's faith, led to the breaking of the Elden Ring, unleashed the shattering, and changed the fate of every living being in the lands between. Godwyn the Golden was remembered as a prince who sought peace instead of endless war, but history would remember him for something far crueler. Not as a prince who died, but as a prince who never truly could.